welcome to another episode of the Crispy Noodle Podcast. Let us be the Crispy Noodle in your vegetarian salad of life and boring news, folks. It's our job to give you some interesting bits of real sports, entertainment, odd news, and whatever else we happen to stumble across in this hour-long or so podcast. I'm Rich Liebig.
And I'm Michael Costanzo.
And, we've got some tasty morsels and things to talk about with you in the next hour or so. But before we get to all the news at hand, Mikey, my friend, how you doing? You're representing PlayStation today. You got the PlayStation shirt on.
Got the PlayStation shirt on, always representing.
Yeah. What's happening in Costanzo country over there?
Not much. It was Mother's Day this past weekend.
Yep.
So,
Happy Mother's Day.
Yep. So it was a real simple one. My mom wanted me to make breakfast, so we stayed in, made a bunch of pancakes and bacon and good stuff. It just kept it nice and simple. And when I wasn't doing that this weekend, I also got a chance to start the Talos Principle 2.
Yay.
I know you've been talking about it a lot recently, and I had to wait to play it because I somehow decided to buy the physical disc version.
Yeah, you stuck by
Which
your
is-
retro roots.
It's so weird because they don't even put big games like Baldur's Gate on disc anymore.
Barely.
But somehow Talos Principle 2,
They did for Baldur's Gate,
eventually, yeah.
but like it's on like 4 discs or something. It's something
yeah,
ridiculous.
it's crazy. But somehow I pre-ordered it at GameStop, Talos Principle 2. So I've finally been diving into that, and that is a lot of fun. So that's what I've been doing, Talos Principle 2 and making breakfast.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
how I spent the weekend. But what's up with you? How you doing?
Yeah, we went down to Rehoboth.
First beach trip of the year.
Yeah.
How was the weather?
Weather was perfect for me. But
Well, okay. I should have clarified.
yes, because
So perfect for you means chilly and dreary for other people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there was a little bit of a storm that was passing through the area, but for me
And you
it
were
was
like,
great.
yes,
It
no
was-
beach.
It was like 50, 60 degrees.
That's
love
not
it.
bad. That's nice.
I love it. That's like
That's-
perfect.
That's nice. You throw on like a light hoodie, you're good to go.
Yeah.
You know?
Or like a long sleeve T-shirt or
Yeah.
a Henley.
You know what my favorite day down the beach is? Everybody always complains, but I love it when it rains. Like a nice rolling thunderstorm. You sit outside on the deck, you got your book, you got your drink, and that's all you need.
Yeah.
It's so peaceful, so nice.
Yeah. I like the ocean away from like I want to see it, but I don't want to be near it.
Right. You like
You know?
observing it from a distance.
Yeah,
That's
I like-
how I approach nature.
I like having a little bit of distance.
Yeah.
I don't want to be right up in the ocean.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Like you stay
With
over
the
there.
sand and no, I don't need that.
Right. The beach has its area and you have your area.
Right.
Yeah.
I would like to see you from the distance.
Right.
So for me it was great.
Nice.
But I'm sure there were people down in Rehoboth that didn't like the weather this weekend.
Bah humbug.
Yeah. So, so that's what we did this weekend. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I did. I should have came more prepared, but that was pretty much it.
You
It was-
sound like I normally do.
Yeah.
Usually you're like, what did you do? And I'm like, I forgot.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was just kind of everything kind of wrapped up with that trip because we left like Thursday, got back on Sunday.
That's a busy couple days.
And then like when we got back on Sunday, we had to do my family's Mother's Day thing.
yeah.
So it was like no rest for the wicked. We had to like
That's busy.
boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it just all just happened. And then before you
you're-
knew it, it was Monday.
You're like barely recovered.
I was Sunday night. I'm usually between me and Rachel. I'm usually the one that stays up late at night. I'm usually the one that goes to bed later, like
Yeah.
at midnight or 1.
Yeah.
I fell right asleep at like 10. I was done. I
Wow.
was like,
That is early. That is
Yeah.
early.
I was like, put me down. I'm out. Yeah.
Down for the count.
Yeah. But that did not keep us away from our news duties. So we definitely have some topics to go over. But on this week's episode, I figured we do a little bit of something different. Usually we hop right into sports.
We're taking a detour.
But there's something else that it is time for in May. Because we're coming, this is like Mother's Day. We're kind of hitting all like the big things.
Yeah.
Another big thing in May is graduation ceremonies.
Of course. A lot
lot
of people wrapping up collegiate studies.
That's right.
They're doing their graduations.
That's right. So graduation ceremonies are a big deal. But something has gone viral that I saw, and I can't believe that this actually happened. When I first saw this, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was someone doing a bad dubbing or like it was like a skit. I thought it was like a Key and Peele skit or something.
I think I know what you're talking about. It is basically
Yeah.
that Key and Peele skit.
So it's kind of pissing me off. So for the first time in a while, let's bring it back. What's pissing us off?
And it's elemental left and elemental right. Come on, let me get your right step right. Get off stage, goddamn goof, you know. Piss me off, and jerk. Get on my nerves.
Oh, yeah. Time to talk about graduations. Because I feel embarrassed that this actually happened nearby. Happened at Thomas Jefferson University.
That's right. I forgot it was. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. It is the Key and Peele skit in real life.
It is in real life. Whoever was in charge of announcing the names for the nursing division at Thomas Jefferson University messed the F up. I mean, it's embarrassing.
It's so bad.
Oh, now you fucked up. You have fucked up now.
Yeah, it's...
Are you pissed off? Because I find it so unbelievably comical. I mean, I guess I'm sad and annoyed for those kids.
Yes.
Like, that's really... Like, that is a huge moment for them. And...
So...
go ahead.
Yeah, so first off...
Go into it.
So first off, as someone who had their name read wrong at their high school graduation...
Oh, no.
I'm very pissed off on that.
Oh,
you know, that's... Come on. Get the names right.
It wasn't just graduation. It was all 4 years.
But, yes. But in the college graduation landscape, I thought they had a foolproof method. And I'm told this is what happened. What they do is before you go up to get your diploma and shake the dean's hand and all that stuff,
yeah,
they ask you in the order that you're in. They ask you on a card, write phonetically how to say your name for the speaker.
Right.
So they did that here.
Right.
What I've been told is that the speaker got the cards and thought the phonetic spellings were the real names of the kids.
Oh, no.
Which is disturbing and maybe an innocent mistake, except when you get to the end, and I will explain when we get to the last name. So I have the audio loaded up here.
I'm so ready. I'm so excited.
And I figure I would play the clip, and I would give you the name beforehand. I think I can time this before.
Okay.
It might go fast at some point, but I think we can time it before, and we can get the names out. So I will give you the correct name, and then this horrible butchering of the name that the speaker at Thomas Jefferson University said during the commencement ceremony. First one is Megan Louise Aubrey.
Michinlu Iabri.
Oh, you gotta pause it. That's not even close.
No, it's not.
It's like not even the same letters.
No.
This is gonna take a while.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
The next one, Jessica Lynn Bauer.
Jessica Lynn Bower.
I love the emphasis on Jessica. At least Bower. Like I can see that could be like an honest mistake. But
all right, we're right now 0 for 2.
Oh man.
Next one is Alina Binuman.
Okay.
Aliyah Benaman.
Oh, actually, that was pretty close.
Okay. All right. I'll give that like a 6 out of 10.
All right. Next one is Allison Nicole Bishop.
Alisuna Cole Bishop.
I can see exactly what's happening. She's putting the first letter of the middle name with the first name.
Yeah.
She's like Alisuna Cole Bishop.
Right. So I think that's where they're saying the problem happened was she got the phonetic writing of this and she thought it was all one name.
That's insane. Because you don't write the phonetic spelling. Now I'm getting pissed off because
wait till we get to the end.
One, you're a college professor. Okay? You've seen words before.
I would hope you've seen words
I think at
before.
that stage, you have multiple letters after your name. You've seen a few words. I assume that you've also seen words spelled phonetically from all the research you've done as a college professor. Just throwing that out there.
I would hope you've seen words.
Go ahead. Let's continue.
Next up, Victoria Elizabeth Bruce.
Okay.
All right. Victoria Lee Zubith Ross.
Elizabeth.
Did you say broth?
Yeah, broth. Yeah.
What was that last one?
Elizabeth broth.
Yeah, she's reading it all as one thing because there's no way you get like
But how did you get broth?
it sounded like broth to me.
Sounded like a soup order. Broth.
Broth, please. Oh man, these poor kids.
Yeah.
Damn.
Next up, Molly Elizabeth Camp.
These are simple.
A lot of Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Marlena Zubeth Camp.
Zabitha.
She's like, wow, a lot of people have Zabeth as a middle name.
When did that become a popular name?
That is wild.
Zabith.
When you listen to those two back to back, you can clearly see where the breakdown is. It's that first part of the second name. She's reading it as part of the first name, and for some reason, she thinks Zabeth is a name by itself.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Next
But
one.
like instead of reading the phonetic spelling, don't they also just have the regular spelling?
I guess not.
Like, because if you look at like most of these names, you can read without a phonetic pronunciation. Like Victoria Elizabeth, like those are two, like
Molly Elizabeth Camp.
Molly. They're just very basic names. These aren't even like hard names, because there's some people have like hard names to say.
Yes.
These are not hard names. These are just generic, like top 100 baby name kind of names.
So far, yeah. I think the hardest one was Alina Binuman, and she hit that one
And
perfectly.
she got that one right.
Yeah, she got that one right. All the other ones.
She got the hardest one right. Megan, she said McCon.
All right.
All right, let's wrap this up. Let's hear these last few.
Yep. Another one here. Allison Carol Campbell. Allison Carol Campbell. Here we go.
Allison Care Camp Bull.
She just gave up.
She had the pause on that one.
She got Allison mostly right. And there's like Care Campbell. She just dropped.
All right. All right. Now we're going to get to the one I'm pissed off about.
Oh no. Okay.
This dude's name.
Yeah.
Can you tell me something about this dude's name, Mike?
Well, part of it's my name.
How about the first name? His
Tom-
name is Thomas Michael Canevy Jr. His first name is Thomas. It's in the university.
Oh, yes.
Get ready for this, folks.
Oh no.
Here you go.
Thomas. Thomas.
And then she just gives up. That's it.
And you can hear somebody correct her like Thomas.
It's Thomas. It's in the name of the university.
It's the first name of the university.
How do you not know the name of the university?
And she said Tamume?
Tamume? Sounds like a new dish that we never heard about.
Ooh, I'd like to order the Tamume.
Tamume?
It sounds good.
What the hell is happening at Thomas Jefferson University?
I have to imagine. I can't imagine actually, because I'm trying to remember. Did your college have you do the phonetic?
Yeah,
spelling?
we got the card and you wrote down.
But you have your name, if I remember correctly. You have just your regular name, like above the phonetic spelling. It's just like for me, it's like Michael Costanzo, and then it's like Michael Costanzo.
I don't know. I guess for this one they didn't. I guess they just gave them index cards. Just here, right?
And
here's some Post-it notes. Here, write your name on
man.
it.
I want to know where the breakdown was. Was it the kids providing the phonetic spelling, or was it the university not like doing the cards correctly?
How do you get the name wrong when the name is
Of
in
the
the university? That should be that should be a fireable offense.
I want to know.
That's bad.
This is probably some like dean of one of the schools there butchering these names. You know, it's probably somebody high up that's just massacring them.
Yeah, except for Alina Binuman. You got
The hardest name.
She got that one. She got that
That
one
is
100%.
absolutely wild. And this is especially funny because, Rich, in the history of this podcast, you've had your fair share of name pronunciation,
Yes.
you know, issues. A lot of people in the odd news have odd names.
Oh,
we'll
yes.
just put it
very,
that
very
way.
odd names.
But, like, usually it's like a 13-letter Kazakhstani name that you're mispronouncing, not Megan or Allison. Like,
Thomas.
Or Thomas, you know?
How do you get Thomas wrong when it's in the name of the university? That is like that should be a fireable offense. You can't even get the name of the university right.
They're interviewing new professors, and they're like, read this name.
Yeah, do me a favor.
Tamume?
Do me a favor. Before we even look at your curriculum vitae, just do me a favor. Say the name of the university. Thank you very
Pronounce
much.
curriculum vitae.
Yes. And then we'll talk.
Read this sentence.
Yes.
Oh, man.
So there
I
you
feel
go.
so bad for those kids.
Oh my gosh.
It's
saw,
literally the Key and Peele skit come to
Yes,
life.
It is.
Aaron?
Yes.
Tamume?
Tamume. Oh my god.
What?
Oh,
What
boy.
in the
My
world?
favorite player is Tamume Brady.
Tamume Brady. It does. It sounds like some kind of dish.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of dish, but
I'll
it's
have the Tamume.
the tamume.
Yes, thank you. Hold
But
the
that is
salt.
absolutely wild.
Yeah. So
And I can see why it's pissing you off, because that is very
I
frustrating.
literally, when I first saw that clip, I thought for sure that was like a joke or.
And how did they not stop and be like, after the third, like one time, okay. Second time, something's off.
Well, they did after you messed up Tumame with Thomas. That
Did
was
somebody
it.
finally step in and be like, that's not how you say names?
Yeah, fine. That was the last one. Yeah, that's the one. Finally, someone tugged at her,
But
and she gave up too. She didn't even say the rest of the dude's name.
no, she was just like Thomas.
Thomas Michael now I'm gonna mess it up.
Canavery?
Canavery. That looks right.
Canavery? Something like that.
We
Better than whatever she did.
We remember you, Thomas Michael Canavery. We're going with Canavery.
Canavery?
Canavery. We remember you. Not like this lady did. Just forgot you.
Junior.
Oh, Junior. I forgot. I'm sorry.
She probably pronounced it Jur. Thomas Michael Jur.
His cousin.
How do you write Junior phonetically?
Jur.
Jur.
His cousin is integer.
But like phonetic spelling is supposed to make it easier
And
to pronounce words,
it did
and
not.
somehow it made it worse.
oh my God, Jur.
You know, it's probably some poor math professor that only knows how to read numbers. Now I'm just taking shots at subjects for no reason. See, that person reading, they should have been well versed in the humanities like we are.
Yeah. My cousin AJ, he's the third. So would he come out as AJ Sperano? I.
AJE. Jur. Yeah, like where does it end? Where does it end? Oh man. She probably also phonetically pronounces Mr. and Mrs. Mers. Oh my God.
Mer Costanzo over there.
Mer Costanzo.
Trying to talk to you, Mer Costanzo.
That's just so bad. So how many names did they get through? Was it just these? There were 8.
Yes.
Or were there... Okay, so they finally pulled the plug. They were
At
like,
8,
we're,
yeah.
we're done.
Look, things are bad when you can't read the name of the university right.
How did they not stop after 3? Like, one time, mistake. Second time, something
Well,
weird happened.
she recovered at Alina Binuman.
Okay,
the
so that-
hardest one she got right.
So that bought her another 1 or 2.
yeah.
But around Molly, like Molly,
And
it's
Zabeth.
and Zabeth. When she says Zabeth the same way back-to-back kids, something's fishy. You got to step in. You got to grab that mic and be like, hold on, folks.
Well, yeah, can we get a minute in here? Sidebar.
Yeah, sidebar. Yeah, right. Approach the bench, please. We got to talk about this.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Back-to-back Zabeths.
Zabeth.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
congratulations to all the Zabeths and Tamumes
Tamume.
jurors out there
Jur-
on your degrees. Wonder how the name is written on the degree, hopefully correctly. Thomas Jefferson, third-rate university.
Obviously. Oh, my God.
Man,
So does she say, I work at THOMAS Jefferson University?
right? All I'll say is that my university is getting shut down, and my name was pronounced correctly at graduation. So, you
Yeah.
know.
So there you go. That
What
was
are you gonna
pissing
do?
me off. I literally thought that was a joke. When I first saw that video, I was like, "There's no way that can be real. That's got to be
Like some kind of AI generated or
Yeah.
like dubbing.
or Key and Peele
Key
skit.
and Peele, yeah.
Yeah, like
They
a
should. I don't know
modern-
if they still do their show. They should start it back up just to do a part 2.
Yeah, there you go.
Aaron
Aaron and THOMAS.
and Tumame.
There's your new. That's a new sitcom. So
There you go. Starting off on the wrong foot, but the right foot. The right foot and the wrong foot.
there you go. All right, now with that all out of the way, let's move into the first official part of the show. What you're usually looking for in our podcast, the Sports Sampler.
So you're not good at sports. It's a very small part of life.
Sports.
In your face.
There you go, Sports Sampler in your face. All right.
It's still,
We're-
you know what?
The drama keeps unfolding.
The drama continues. I don't think we're ever going to not be free of the drama in this episode. It's just a string of things pissing us off. The first topic, a little bit of a sensitive topic. LeSean McCoy, Eagles greats LeSean McCoy and DeSean Jackson had an episode of their podcast, the 2510 podcast, where they just went off on former head coach Chip Kelly. The point of the show was to just be kind of a tell-all on what was happening behind the scenes, player reactions to the coach for some of those big moves that we remember in 2013 and 2014, and just some really honest, candid recounting of their experiences. And man, we all kind of knew what was going on, but to hear them talk about it so freely was really upsetting and very frustrating.
Yeah.
The
It did not make me like Chip Kelly anymore.
No. And remember, I wrote that parody song
Yes.
back in the day about, all we want for Christmas is for them to fire Chip Kelly.
And then they did the following week.
They did. I literally made it happen with a Christmas parody song. So you're welcome, Philadelphia Eagles fans. But McCoy and Jackson were talking about how Chip Kelly just had a complete inability to relate to his players. They said that he brought like that college attitude to the NFL, telling them what type of socks to wear.
Yeah, no black socks.
No black socks, how much they should be sleeping, what they should be eating. And remember, that was a big thing that was pitched positively in the media at the time about the
His
kind of
health
like
standards.
the health standards and things. But I didn't know it went to the point of they were talking about wearing sleep monitors and like constantly being like checked in with like, are you getting enough? Are you sleeping? Are you can't wear those socks. Just like the little inconsequential things that for professionals, right? I could imagine being very frustrating and annoying.
Yeah.
Like-
it was.
And these
It's ridiculous for a professional level. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at the college level, I guess you're still kind of young. They're technically students, so there's more of a, like teacher-student kind of relationship kind of thing going on. But at the professional level, these are guys that have been at it for several years, have reached the highest peak of their career in All-Pro and Pro Bowl and, playoff games and whatnot. And here somebody comes in and tells them how long they have to sleep and what socks they can wear.
Yeah. Woo.
They even went into some of the more nefarious things about how Chip Kelly couldn't even approach them man to man to talk about on the field things. He would always have assistants go and tell them the things that they needed to work on or change. And they said that he was just super cowardly. Like, he wouldn't talk to them, wouldn't, meet them face to face to talk about things. And they both agreed that Chip Kelly had a problem with black players.
Yeah.
And that was a huge allegation. And if we remember the Riley Cooper thing at the time.
Yeah, on that front, the only thing you need to know is that Chip Kelly was willing to get rid of LaShawn McCoy and DeSean Jackson, but gave Cooper Riley a contract extension.
Yeah. Makes no sense.
That's all you need to know.
And if you remember the Eagles from that era, and they also mentioned this, we were just loaded with talent. Mike Vick, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, LaShawn McCoy, DeSean Jackson, Jeremy Maclin. Like, you keep that core together, could we have won another Super Bowl in that span with those players? He gutted them. In back-to-back years, we got rid of McCoy, Jackson, and Maclin. Like, boom, boom, boom. And they talked about, McCoy said at one point that they felt it was personal how they were removed from the team. Like, LaShawn McCoy said that he talked to the Eagles and were like, if you want to get rid of me in division. Like, do me the honor of keeping me in the division or the conference. They traded him to Buffalo, which at the time was not good like they are now.
They were a crappy team.
And he said that when he got there, Buffalo told him it was the fastest and easiest trade they made because they expected the Eagles to want more. But they just settled for Kiko Alonso.
And they were like, sure.
So to McCoy, he said it felt personal. Like, they were sending, he said on the podcast, he sent me there to die.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's exactly what it was. I agree.
And then DeSean Jackson, remember the hit piece about him having ties to gang affiliations?
Yep. Boom. That's all he needed. Get rid of him.
And they talked about that. And DeSean Jackson's like, I went to pick up a childhood friend from prison after he beat his conviction. He was acquitted, and he went to pick him up.
Yep.
And then this hit piece comes out, and they released him because of that. And he said that impacted the rest of his career. Just wild stuff.
Yeah, Chip Kelly was not destined long for the NFL.
No.
He just had the wrong headspace and the wrong mentality for it.
Yeah, I remember those years just being so frustrated. Like, that first year was magic. Like, the offense seemed unstoppable. And then that second year, as teams were like, oh, it's paper thin, and we were just like 3 and out. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
It was awful. We were like, let's just run as many plays as fast as possible.
Yeah, he was a big proponent of that.
And I remember the press conferences. He's like, well, we didn't win, but we ran like 90 offensive plays.
Yes.
It's like, oh, well, okay then.
Yeah, according to my research, total plays gives us a better probability of victory. We're like, what?
I feel like he was reading the stats wrong. He's like, oh, this team that scored 60 points, well, they ran 90 offensive plays. It's not the number of plays that led to the 60 points. It's the 60 points that led to the number of plays. Like,
yeah.
When you think about it, if you're scoring more, you're running more plays, hypothetically, right?
Yeah, but it's the backwards logic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what a disaster. The best part is when they called other former and current Eagles players like Jason Peters, Brandon Graham, Maclin. Nobody had a single good thing to say about Chip Kelly.
Well, didn't he say they tried to get rid of Brandon Graham? That's ridiculous.
It was a very quick moment. They were like, yeah, he tried to trade Brandon Graham, and Jeffrey Lurie had to step in and stop that trade.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Like, owners should not be stepping in and influencing trades. I feel like it's very Jerry Jones territory.
But
I'm glad that he did in that case, but that's how bad it was.
Yeah.
That he felt the need to step in. Remember, we were about to trade Fletcher Cox to move up and get Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
It just paints an interesting picture of like this what if. I know here in Philadelphia we're always like, what if McCoy and Jackson had stayed on the team? Or what if we had actually traded Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox? Like, the number of multiversal threads is just unimaginable. McCoy is, listening to the podcast, I went back and looked up some of the stats. He is the Eagles' all-time leading rusher. And just to think, like, where he could have been, like,
he
all-time in the history of the league if he didn't get shipped off to Buffalo.
Right. He still played for, 5 more seasons or so? 4 or 5?
He played, like, 4 or 5 more years. Like, I mean, potential Hall of Fame career maybe cut short by being shipped off to Buffalo. Like
Literally going to Buffalo to die.
Yeah. And same thing with just DeSean Jackson. He's like, I think he's third on the Eagles' all-time receiving yards list. Like,
Yeah.
if he had had another 3 or 4 seasons, he would have been number 1.
That bomb that Vic threw to DeSean Jackson, it looked so effortless. Vic was like in like like that one last resurgence he had.
Yeah.
Oh, that team looked unstoppable. It was crazy.
I mean,
He was effortlessly just throwing the ball 60 yards down the field.
it really frustrates me because
That could have been something.
that's like greatest show on turf type territory
Yeah.
with those 3 players.
Could have been something.
Yeah. And we'll never know.
No. Stupid Chip Kelly.
So that's what's pissing us off again.
Yeah.
But the NFL drama doesn't stop there.
Yeah, let's get to current news.
Yeah. So living now in the present, recently there were a lot of quarterback moves this offseason. One of them that left us scratching our heads was the inexplicable ability for the Chicago Bears to trade Justin Fields. And we talked about it at length.
Yeah. We figured there's something wrong here.
We're like, what's going on? Why haven't they traded him? Why can't they trade him? Why did they settle for so low? Here comes this bombshell report about the toxic conflict between Justin Fields and, of all people, former Eagles quarterback Nick Foles.
Yep.
Nick Foles is one of seemingly the nicest dudes in the world.
Yep.
Like, I don't think anybody has ever had anything bad to say about him. Nick Foles hated Justin Fields. That's insane to think about.
Yeah, I can't imagine Nick Foles actually hating somebody. He seems like too nice of a guy.
Right? It doesn't make... I know he's got a monster dong,
Yeah.
but, like...
I think Justin Fields might have been a little bit jealous of it.
I think that might be what it is. So, as the story goes in the report, Nick Foles and Andy Dalton were brought into Chicago to help mentor Justin Fields. And some of the stories relayed here in this report say that Nick Foles would be trying to teach him something or demonstrate something and look back at Fields, and Fields is just not even watching Foles. He's like not even looking at him, head down or looking in a different direction. Just complete and utter disrespect and a lack of willingness to learn his craft. And it makes sense now why it was so hard to trade this guy and why we didn't end up trading for him and we settled for, what's his name?
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett instead. You know, I remember at the time, like, why did we trade for Kenny Pickett when Justin Fields could have been had for so little? Well,
Here you go. This is why.
here you go.
If you don't like Nick Foles, you're not going to make it in Philadelphia.
It kind of reeks of the Carson Wentz kind of trajectory, right?
I was saying worse. I think this is reminding me more of Jamarcus Russell.
That's bad.
Where, yeah, I mean, if he didn't really make a dent in Chicago. Now you're telling me he's got toxic problems with, relationships behind the scenes. I don't know. That doesn't sound good. Not willing to learn. That sounds like Jamarcus Russell.
That's a big problem.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well,
So-
hopefully they have better luck with Caleb Williams. I can't imagine them having worse luck.
No. And hey, that's another reason. Get rid of Justin Fields when you got Caleb Williams coming up and you've got the right to pick him.
Yeah. But just absolutely insane to see that report. And I can't imagine anybody having beef with Nick Foles.
Yeah.
The list is 2 people. It's Justin Fields and Carson Wentz.
Yeah, that's it.
That's like the only 2 people in
And
the world.
We hate Carson Wentz.
Right.
So I think you're going to be on that side of the equation there, Mr. Fields.
Yeah, definitely. But staying in the NFC North, there's some, I guess, positive news to get to as well. The Detroit Lions had a monster contract extension with quarterback Jared Goff, 4 years, $212 million.
I've got balls of steel.
Yep, there you go.
$53 million average annual salary.
That's the official quote from Jared Goff.
I've got balls of steel.
Well, we have a follow-up.
We cannot achieve much with so small penis, but you, wow, penis so big penis.
There you go. There's a
And
follow-up.
he just walked into the meeting room, whipped it out, and they're like, "Here you go, $200 million."
He
That's how you do it.
He literally on his left hand whipped it out, and on the right hand had a DVD of the Detroit Lions season this year.
Yeah,
There you go.
basically.
Give me money. Thank you very much.
Give me money.
This seems a little ridiculous when you first hear the number. 4 years, $212 million, $170 million guaranteed. But if you want a franchise quarterback and you believe Jared Goff is a franchise quarterback that can lead this team back to the NFC Championship game, that's the going rate. You got to pay him.
That's what it costs.
And I love the fact this screws over quarterbacks that are looking at a contract coming up. Dak Prescott.
Dallas is, I don't want to make this about Dallas, but Dallas is drunk.
No, Dallas is asleep.
Actually, that's better. Yeah, they're just straight up asleep.
Yeah, Jerry Jones just fell asleep after his last stint in the glory hole.
I want me some glory hole.
He had too much fun there and he fell asleep.
It takes a lot out of an old guy.
I want me some glory hole.
Yeah, that's what happened.
But to further that point about these quarterbacks needing new deals, when the Jalen Hurts deal came out, we talked about how expensive it was, but also we mentioned how Howie likes to get ahead of the curve. Jalen Hurts is the 5th highest paid quarterback now because Jared Goff now shooting up to 2nd overall. It again shows you why it was so important to get those contracts done early, not like what they're doing with Dak Prescott.
Yeah,
Because he's going to want to set the market again, which means you're looking at $53 to $55 million a year. That puts him in the top 3. That is like, if they had just signed him 4 or 5 months ago, they could have been just fine.
Yep. So I like the fact that this screws over Dallas even more.
Well, let's talk about the other aspect of this signing and just reflect for a moment on the trade that got Jared Goff here, because I was talking about this via text with you. The trade ended up so well for both teams, weirdly. Like one of those trades where just everybody seems to have ended up better. Like the Lions were nobody, and they're like shipping Matt Stafford out of there. Like, oh boy, Jared Goff, what's he going to do? He was on a one-way ticket to Bustville at that point.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden, the Rams go and win a Super Bowl, and the Lions now are like the sweetheart of the league.
Well, I think it took, though, a couple more years of building.
Yeah.
Especially from the picks they got from the trade, too.
Yeah.
So it took some time.
But what a turnaround for those two teams, and that sometimes a change of scenery.
Yeah.
Jared Goff now is like right up there solidly in that top 10 conversation of quarterbacks in the league.
Well, we'll see if he keeps it going, though, because, I think the Lions might have had a little bit of a benefit that they were still kind of unknown, coming up through the ranks.
They have a target now.
Now people know, oh, don't mess, you gotta bring your A game when it comes to Detroit Lions.
I think they're pretty solid, though, in that division at least. For the rest of the league, it remains to be seen. Chicago got better.
The
Vikings, I don't know.
Yeah.
They either stayed where they were or they regressed slightly because you're coming off of Kirk Cousins.
I think they regress.
And
but
the Packers
are good.
Are quietly sneaking in there. Like, they did really well in the playoffs. I could see them being a problem. But I expect the Lions.
And they just signed. They have a big running back now.
I don't remember.
He was on the Raiders last year. I can't remember.
It's like a J, right? It begins with
it escapes me now. Now you put me on the spot.
Anyway, some good running back. Was it Josh Jacobs?
Yes, Josh Jacobs.
They got him?
Yep.
Okay. I was like, it's a J name.
So they're gonna. The Packers are.
They're gonna be there.
Yeah.
They're gonna be there. But they also benefited from being an unknown, a little bit. Jordan Love. Now they have tape on him. I think that's going to be one of the more interesting divisions to follow.
Yeah, because it's either going to be. I think it's either going to be Packers or Lions to win that division. But then you also have, how does Caleb Williams do in his first year?
Yeah,
I hate to say it. Yeah, Vikings. I think are going to be in the basement.
Yeah, I think honestly, if you're picking divisions in the NFC to watch, it's the North and the East. I know San Fran is out in the West, but who else? Seattle,
Arizona. I wonder.
Arizona.
Well, think about having Marvin Harrison Jr.
with Kyler Murray. If Kyler Murray can pay attention to football and not Call of Duty.
Yeah, but I think he can. I would hope he can. All right, here's something else too. If he can't be more productive with Marvin Harrison Jr.
If you can't be productive with somebody, then that's almost comical.
Then you've got problems with Kyler
You
Murray.
literally have NFL royal bloodlines on your team.
Right. Like, he should be like offensive rookie of the year material.
Yeah.
If you can't help him get to that status, then Kyler Murray's on his way out. Something's wrong.
Still a big if, though. Still a big if in Arizona.
Well, I think we'll see. I think that should pave out well. That should.
Well, hopefully for them. I still stand by NFC North and NFC East are the divisions to watch. I think they have the most interesting storylines for me personally. If you want to watch a train wreck, watch the NFC South.
Yeah, we don't know what the hell's happening with that division.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Mike. No more football. We got to leave football. Stop football.
What? Gasp.
Yes. There's other sports happening. Do you know that?
I did not, actually.
Yes.
Did basketball end, or is that still happening?
Well, the playoffs are still happening, so there's that.
They've been going for like weeks. What is going on?
Yeah,
but
they
there's
take a while.
there's other sports.
Yes. I forgot to mention on the rundown that this weekend coming up is the PGA Championship, the second major of the golf world.
Oh, yeah, that's not on here.
Yes. So I forgot about that. That's my bad.
Okay.
So it's the PGA Championship. This is one where Rory McIlroy is expected to contend. He's been coming back into form. Although it is kind of one of those trendy picks, because he still hasn't won a major in the last couple of years. But
yeah,
he has been getting some very good showings the last couple of PGA tournament events. So there's some buzz around him. But let me just go over some of the odds to expect if you're following the PGA Championship this weekend. The odds-on favorite is our good friend Scotty Scheffler at 3-1. I mean, he's had just one of the most incredible runs we've ever seen.
Yeah.
If
there's a hot hand to go with, it's that one.
Right. It totally makes sense that he's the favorite. And that's short, too, at 3-1. You usually don't see numbers like that on a major championship.
Yeah, wow. They're really big on him right now.
Everybody is. So he is the overwhelming favorite there. Then we got Rory at 6-1. Brooks Koepka, previous PGA winner, at 10-1. Xander Schauffele at 12-1. John Ram at 14-1. Colin Morikawa at 25-1. Bryson DeChambeau at 25-1. And then it kind of falls off there, depending on who you want at that point. It's the second major coming up this weekend. I want you guys to be aware of it because major championship golf is definitely one of my favorite things to watch. And who will hold the Wanamaker Trophy? That's what they call the winner of the PGA Championship Trophy.
Okay.
So.
Question about Scotty Scheffler.
Yes.
He's been on a crazy tear recently.
Yep.
Something I always find interesting is how close is he to, what do they call it, the Grand Slam or all four of the... Well, he's got two of them, right? Career.
Well, he's only got funny enough, he's only got Masters. The two wins are both the Masters.
Oh, both the Masters.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's still a ways away.
Yeah, if you're looking for a career Grand Slam, yeah.
Do you think that he could potentially, take another step in that direction this weekend?
Oh, of course. I mean, he's on the hot streak right now. If you believe in the hot hand theory, he's the guy to run with.
Do you think that he could be somebody who will continue to contend in the near future?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's playing the
he's been playing he's out of his mind right now.
He is at the he's in his prime right now.
But compared to a golfer like Jordan Spieth, because we said the same things about him.
Yes.
But the difference, I think, in their play style, having never watched either of them, is from what you've described, Jordan Spieth was a very risky golfer.
He played,
But Scotty Scheffler seems like he's just playing really.
I see where you're getting at. You're right. It's the complete opposite. Jordan Spieth plays with emotion, and unfortunately, that gets him into trouble. I feel like.
Yeah.
Whereas
Scotty
Scheffler is. He's calm. He doesn't.
He's that basketball player, Jokic.
Yeah,
he just literally doesn't care and just
right. Nothing phases him. He just goes in and he plays the round that he thinks he's going to play. He's the guy we were talking about that his wife was due for birth at any moment.
He's like, if she goes into labor, I'm leaving.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, even if I'm winning in the Masters, no, I'm gonna head out.
That's wild.
So it is. You're right. It's like two different extremes.
Yeah.
It's like Jedi versus Sith, if you will.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's being the way of the Jedi. Don't give in to any emotion. Don't be calm.
Well, if I know my Star Wars history, the Jedi always win because they're the good guys. So bet on Scotty Scheffler. He's basically the Obi-Wan Kenobi of golf. Why didn't you explain it in those terms?
I should have. Yeah, that's a good point.
Now I like golf all of a sudden.
There you go.
If only the clubs looked like lightsabers, that would be
pretty
That
cool.
would be even better.
Oh my God.
I'm always trying to find ways to make golf more interesting.
I have to find a way to pitch this to like Titleist or something.
Like nighttime, glow in the dark, lightsaber golf clubs, right?
Yeah.
That'd
Come on.
and the balls glow too. And
this writes itself. All the Star Wars
you
fans,
gotta make it happen.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but like
we gotta call Nike and Titleist up.
Yeah. Did you see there's golf balls that like explode? There's like sound golf balls. They should do one with laser blast sounds.
Pew, pew, pew.
I'm just saying. There's ways to make it more exciting.
Okay. So there you go. This weekend will be the PGA Championship at Valhalla Golf Club.
Valhalla Golf Club?
Yep.
Wow.
So there you go.
Does this mark the beginning of Ragnarok?
Yes. This is golf. Golf Ragnarok. Yes, it begins.
If Scotty Scheffler wins, it brings on Fimbulwinter.
Yeah.
And Ragnarok begins. The Crispy Noodle Podcast, where you get both sports news and Norse mythology all in one package.
Yes, very good. All right, and one more thing I wanted to mention, and that is some baseball news. Don't look now, Mikey, but
I won't. Eyes closed.
The Phillies are crushing it right now. The Phillies, as of today, as of this recording, sit at 30 wins, 13 losses. The MLB's best record right now. This is kind of uncharted territory. I don't know how to feel about this.
Yeah, I'm immediately suspicious.
Yes.
This is Philadelphia. We're not allowed to have good things for too long.
Yes.
It's before the All-Star break. They're going to collapse.
Well,
they're too hot too fast.
Yeah,
that's always the story.
No, the last couple seasons the Phillies get hot at the end of the season.
Oh.
Yeah, the last two.
Are you sure?
Yes, that's how the Phillies made it to the World Series 2 years ago. They got hot.
Oh, okay.
In September and October.
Well, maybe this is the inverse.
So basically what I'm trying to get at is there cause for concern? Is the hype real here? Do we start waving the banners? Are we like going to go full blown Phillies?
Firstly, I reject the terms of the question because there's always cause for concern with Philadelphia sports teams. No, on a serious note, were the season as long as baseball, what is this, 40 some games in? This is a quarter of the season.
Yes.
This is like saying the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl starting 4-1. I think we need to temper expectations. I will say, though, that, if you're a Phillies fan, just enjoy the ride. Like, this is a great time to jump back into the team and check out games while they're flying high, playing good baseball. Because the way Philadelphia teams work, they might not always be so good. But right now, while it is good, just enjoy it for what it is. Yep. I think that it's a long, I guess what I'm saying is it's a long season, but it's remarkable that they're the best team in the league right now. And just enjoy it. And
we're not doing like BS like, oh, they're 3-1. Like, this is 43 games of the season. This is a quarter of the season done.
It's a good chunk, but it is still just a quarter. I want to know if they can continue this as the season progresses, especially after the All-Star break, because you're right. They did get hot after the All-Star break in previous years. Now they need to find a way to keep this momentum through that break instead of just turning it on late. If they can do that, they were just in the World Series a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like, they clearly have the talent, obviously. They got the bats, right? Here's
the thing I want to say about this. I'm kind of along the same lines. I want everyone to take a step back.
You can't say that they're going to be the champion, at essentially quarter way through the season.
Yeah.
It's way too early.
Right. I do want the hype to die down a little bit because
Fly under the radar.
Although it's a great record to have, there's so many things that could still go wrong and everything like that. And also the Phillies, I'll be honest, if you look at their schedule, they've been kind of beaten up on some bad teams.
Oh no, is this the cakewalk portion of the schedule?
They haven't faced like the Braves a lot. They haven't they haven't faced the Dodgers at all yet.
Oh boy.
Like there's some big names that they haven't faced yet. So there's a little bit of beating up on lower teams here, but you can't do anything at the same instance. You can't do anything about the schedule. You play who you play.
Right, you play the schedule you're given. Yeah.
I will say the thing that is really making me happy on this Phillies team is the pitching. The pitching has come together on this front. Ranger Suarez is throwing lights out. He has been ridiculous. He's had a couple of times where he's looking at no hitters going into the 6th, 7th, 8th innings.
Wow.
He is on fire.
That's awesome.
And he's supposed to be the number 3 guy? Like, wow. All right.
So how are 1 and 2 doing?
Nola's doing pretty good.
He's been pretty consistent.
And Wheeler's a solid 1. So you're talking about the pitching coming together. I really like that coming together.
You know what?
That's what stays. If there's an equivalent to defense winning championships, it would be pitching. Is a lifeline to maintaining the consistency.
You can't always rely on the big bats.
Right.
And just in our time covering the Phillies, it's like we've always had the big bats. I compare it to the Eagles always going for like the home run deep ball, right? It's the same exact thing. I use a baseball analogy to describe the Eagles.
You went all the way backwards, yeah.
The Phillies are always trying to throw a long touchdown pass.
There you go.
Yeah. But no, it's I feel like in our time covering Philadelphia sports, they've always had the bats and the pitching has always been come and go. Very will it, won't it. So to hear that it's consistent and consistently good is very promising.
Yeah, that's my main takeaway is the pitching is what really could kick this Phillies team into the next level.
It's what always dooms them.
Right.
So, at least in my lifetime, it seems like it always dooms them. So if they can get that work, and the sky's the limits.
I am looking forward to seeing how further this pitching rotation can go because they are looking good on that front. All right, there you go. We got to take a break.
There's a lot of sports, football and college and golf and baseball.
Yeah, and then college graduations.
I'm winded.
Yeah, there's so many topics to cover in the first part of the show. We need to take a break. But don't go anywhere because we still got a topic for you in entertainment. And then I've got some crazy odd news in the non-fortune cookie odd news when we return. Don't go anywhere. This is the Crispy Noodle Podcast. We'll be right back.
Ready for the weekend? Happy Friday. Hi, my name's Marie, and I'm an artist who's been making Happy Friday doodles every week for over 7 years. And now you can own my art collection in this Volume 1 and Volume 2 art series. These doodles span across multiple themes, yearly festivities, various countries, languages, and more. Both coffee table books have something for everyone and are the perfect conversation starter or gift for a friend. Really, anyone who enjoys a good weekend. Available on Amazon, Ingram, BookBaby, Barnes & Noble, and more. Visit happyfridaydoodles.com/books and get your copies today. Let's celebrate the best day of the week. Happy Friday.
Just a moment, you just assured me that I could speak.
Sit down inside the car. We're not assuring anything. We're under arrest.
Look, I'm under what?
Come on.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before.
Get some cups.
Why did you do this to me?
Hop in the car. Get some cups.
For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? How dare get your hands off me.
No, we've only got one cup.
Ta-ta and farewell.
That's all right. Get him in the car.
One cup, look. They even broke.
Oh, yeah, we're back here on the Crispy Noodle Podcast. A little bit of Democracy Manifest for you as we come back.
Love it.
Yes, why not? that's how you kick off the second part of the show.
Every time I think about that clip, I think about wanting Chinese food.
Yes. A succulent Chinese meal.
Delicious.
Yes. Well, here's another meal for you in the podcasting world that we can give you. The entertainment entree.
And now, the latest in movies.
The Simpson guy writes to movies. Dear Die Hard, you rock. Especially when that guy was on the roof.
Music.
I know what that is. That's music.
Video games.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Celebrities.
You really know Warren Beatty? Yes, I do. I took a leak next to him once at the Golden Globes.
And more.
You're the all-singing, all-dancing crap of the world.
This is the entertainment entree.
All right, entertainment entree officially loaded up. And we're going to kick it off with the segment where Mike is going to let you know what you should keep an eye out for this upcoming weekend with movies, TV, and video games with Mike's This Week in Entertainment. All right. Well, besides the PGA Championship, what should people keep an eye out for?
Well, there's plenty of stuff to check out this weekend. First up in movies, John Krasinski from The Office, of course, is the writer and director of a new family comedy film, If. That's the title. It sounds weird. It's just If. Yeah. A young girl going through a difficult experience begins to see other people's imaginary friends who've been left behind and forgotten as their kids grow up. So, of course, she goes on a magical adventure to reconnect the forgotten Ifs with their kids. Looks like a very wholesome, fun, family-friendly movie. I believe... No, this is not John Krasinski's directing debut. That's A Quiet Place.
Right.
Completely forgot about that. But, yeah, it's got John Krasinski. Has Steve Carell, I believe, voicing one of the monster imaginary friend things, and Ryan Reynolds as well. So just a lot of great talent in this movie. Go check it out if you're looking for a family-friendly movie to check out this week. In television, on the opposite side of the spectrum, Ashley Madison's Sex, Lies, and Scandal comes to Netflix this week, detailing the huge hack and data breach of the mid-20-teens popular affair website Ashley Madison. If there's one website you do not want to get hacked, it would be the website where people are going to have marital affairs.
You know, she graduated college.
Ashley Madison.
Her name Ashley Dyson.
Ashlium Addison.
Ashley Madison.
So go check out whatever that is. In video games, here's a game for Rich specifically. Indica is a third-person story-driven adventure game that has you play as a nun in 19th century Russia who goes on a journey of self-discovery. But the catch is she must team up with an escaped convict to do so. The bigger catch is the escaped convict can speak to God, but the nun communicates with the devil.
Ah, the devil!
I think that's an interesting little twist. The bad guy talks to God and the good guy talks to the devil. But it has great reviews so far. It's got a solid 8 out of 10 on Metacritic. Lots of reviewers praising its very weird story and gameplay. I don't know what Rich is doing. He's pulling up devil stuff, apparently.
Demon? Stop calling it that. Demon. Stop it. Stop talking to it. No, I just want to talk to the demons.
Plunge us into darkness, demons! Demons!
Oh my God.
Demons, you cowards!
Is that actual audio?
That's the game. It's, basically.
It's actual audio from the nun.
Actual audio. That's the nun.
That's impressive.
The nun sounds like the Watcher crew.
Hey there, demons. It's me, your boy. I'm standing near your hole, and it's very dark.
I think that's probably one of the interactions from the game.
There you go. Actual audio from the game.
But that is Indica coming out this week.
Very good.
A little short, weird game. I might check it out.
Yeah,
it sounds unique, right?
That sounds right up my alley.
It's made from like a Kazakhstani developer. Like the whole thing is just like slightly off kilter, but it's getting great reviews. Yeah, exactly. I knew it'd be right up your alley.
Demon? Stop calling it that. Demon. Stop it. Stop talking to it. No, I just want to talk to the demons.
But let me tell you, there's demons everywhere, especially in the world of entertainment, especially in the world of streaming. A couple of news stories broke this week about just how it's like laughable at this point, how much streaming is becoming like cable, and it's absurd. So 2 stories came out past few days about new streaming bundles that you can get to help offset the cost of course, the ballooning prices of these streaming services. A bunch of them have got together and be like, hey, if you get all of us together, we'll give you a discount on the price. Awesome. Sounds great. That sounds like cable. That sounds like all the channels coming together. Be like, hey, if you get all of us together, we'll still give you the ads and stuff, but also it will be at a price.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Yeah, so we've gone backwards now officially.
Yeah. So how have we gone backwards? The first bundle is from Disney. It includes Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max. It's coming out this summer. And there's no pricing. Summer is now.
Yeah,
almost.
Technically. I mean, we're almost there.
So I don't know when their definition of summer is. Maybe late summer,
July?
like August, July, August. But you can get those 3 services together. They don't have a price, like I said, but it seems like it's going to be cheaper, potentially, than the 2 together. But this is the thing that gets me. How? Right? Like, how are they coming together and making it cheaper than getting them separately? Like, what's the gimmick? What's the catch?
I mean, it's got to be a hell of a discount.
Well, right now, according to the Engadget article, the ad-free bundle with the 2 services costs $20 for Hulu and Disney already. And Max without ads costs $16. So that's $36 altogether for the 3. This is supposed to be cheaper than that.
Well, no, wouldn't it be 56?
No, 20 and 16.
Oh, it's only 20 for Hulu and Disney?
It's 20 for Hulu and Disney right now,
Okay.
ad-free, and then 16 for Max. So
Okay.
somehow cheaper than 36 for all 3.
I don't know, maybe like $25.99. Would that? I don't know.
Would that do it? Would that move the needle for you?
Well, I mean, that would be a $10 savings. That would be substantial.
That's pretty good. But how do they?
It's got to be something substantial.
What I don't get is all these streamers are like, it's so expensive to make your content. It's so expensive, but somehow they're going to do it for $10 less a month just by banding together. Like, what's the catch?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what it is? It's they've reached an agreement behind the scenes to share your data.
There you go.
No, I mean, when it looks like a tech product is affordable or free, you are the product. I just don't know how they're saying for the past couple of years it's so expensive we need to raise prices, then all of a sudden massive price cut and you get all 3 together. Like, does that make sense?
So,
like, I'm immediately suspicious.
Oh yeah.
Am I right or wrong to be suspicious?
Oh, absolutely right. Anything with ththese corporations coming together trying to offer you a different package.
Yeah, like Disney and what is it, Discovery, Warner Brothers, like those are 2 of the big 5. Like, I'm immediately suspicious.
Right. It's cable all over again.
It is.
They're trying to play a shell game here to try and get your money.
Yeah.
That's what it always comes down to.
Well, speaking of cable, the other bundle comes from none other than Comcast.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Comcast, of course, entered the game late with Peacock, who they let their subscribers have for free and then took it away. I'm still bitter about that because I had Peacock for free, and then they decided no more. We get Comcast, we get cable, we get internet from them, but Peacock is where they draw the line.
Yeah, sorry.
So they've been, I think, if I had to rank them, Peacock is on the lower end of the streaming totem pole, but they're bundling with two of the big ones. They are bundling with Netflix and Apple TV Plus. This is pretty big because Apple, of course, is one of the biggest corporations, but their streaming service has a lot of really good award-winning type content. Netflix, of course, is the granddaddy of them all. So this is the bundle to watch. What do you make of this move? And is this weird that Netflix, the streamer who killed cable, is now bundling as part of essentially another Comcast cable package? Like what is this?
Well, the whole thing's weird that they're trying to bundle up with each other because the whole point of streaming was it was trying to save money against cable. But now you guys are becoming cable all over again. But whatever. Weird. I will say, though, it's interesting that Netflix and Peacock are getting together because I'm going to go back to professional wrestling.
Okay.
USA is owned by Comcast. Comcast owns Peacock. Comcast lost the rights to stream Monday Night Raw in 2025 to Netflix.
Yeah.
So now they conveniently now have this package. I think that's like a way to kind of lend the hand to people that want Monday Night Raw, but they don't want to lose them as subscribers. Like, oh, okay, you can get Netflix to watch your Monday Night Raw, but you could do it as part of our package so that we don't lose you.
You know what I've just realized? The reasoning behind this, you just opened my eyes, is that's exactly why these bundles are coming out. Is because
live TV.
Well, live TV, but no, more than that is I just realized the biggest cost for these streamers is competing with each other to get the content. Because how much did they have to shell out for WWE?
Well, we covered it. It was like $500 million.
It was $500 million. So if you don't have to shell out to buy the content, you know that one of your other bundle partners has the content. It's a win-win for both. Like Comcast doesn't have to pay for WWE now.
No, Netflix
because
already did it.
Netflix did it, and Comcast is just going to show it. Like, it just dawned on me, and that's exactly how cable started.
Yeah,
like it's insane because cable's like, well, we have all these different channels. Let's bring them all together under one umbrella, so that way, it just. And we saw how that worked out. So what is not part of these bundles? Now that I'm thinking about it, Paramount is still separate. However, we haven't mentioned this on the podcast, but there's something brewing behind the scenes with Sony. There's rumors that Sony is going to buy Paramount Plus or Viacom outright.
Right.
And Sony's been working behind the scenes. They have Crackle, which is like terrible.
Yeah.
I've never watched it. They also recently bought.
Oh, good for you.
They also recently bought Crunchyroll, the biggest anime streamer, and they have a weird streaming service specifically for their Bravia TVs and PlayStation consoles. But if Sony goes and grabs Paramount, all of a sudden you have Crackle, Sony Picture Core, Crunchyroll, and Paramount under one umbrella. That's essentially
another
bundle.
Another one. There you go.
So
everything's getting eaten up.
Yeah. Consolidation is never good for consumers. Just outright hard stop. We see that in video games now. We're not talking about it, but Microsoft is shuttering studios. What?
kind of want to say something, but I don't know if I should. C radio. That's all I can say.
I mean, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. No, you're absolutely right. Consolidation is not typically good for consumers. It's not even good for the product a lot of times. C radio. So I'm immediately wary of these bundles. That being said, if it saves me money, I may still do it. And that's the annoying thing to me, right?
Yeah.
Is I feel like we're trapped at this point. And I know you're always like, go to the high C's, the 7 C's, but like, I just don't know how realistic that is for a lot of people. And especially if there's now this cheaper option. Like, for example, could you now potentially see yourself getting Apple TV Plus if it's packaged with Peacock and Netflix? I mean, why not?
Because so something else is going to be a problem is I already have a Netflix account.
Yeah, the other thing. How does that work?
Right. Like, so what happens if I already have one of the 3 or if I have 2 of the 3? You know, like I'm not coming in where I don't have, for most of these bundles, I usually have something in the bundle.
Yeah, like the Disney one, I have all 3 of the Disney ones. So like, how do I like pull those together?
Right. So there's going to be some logistical issues there.
Yeah. It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess. And then as I'm reading this article, it's you access it through Comcast for the Netflix and Peacock and Apple TV. So like, what does that mean? Do I have to go through their set-top box, or is there another app now I have to have where you access all of them, or do I just log in with one unified account? Like, how does it work? The Comcast one is coming out later this month. I'm immediately suspicious. It's not going to be good.
Well, we're going to find out the implications of these bundles in the summer, whatever that means.
Soon-ish.
Yes. But for right now, we got to leave entertainment and go to our final segment, the non-fortune cookie odd news.
We've been talking about cool and its ramifications and how it applies to the hip scene. But maybe you could give us some examples now of the opposite of cool, uncool. Just exactly what is uncool?
My nipples look like milk duds.
Holy shnikes.
It's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news.
It's not of this world. I don't know exactly what it is or what it's doing, but this is not human intelligence, okay? It's not human intelligence we're facing.
How you doing? Me? I'm doing great.
Mandada basata. I don't make this stuff up.
I'll take a pound of nuts.
That's a lot of nuts. That'll be $4, baby. You want fries with that? I seen the celery dance across the baseball fields.
You had me at meat tornado.
No, go past this. Past this part. In fact, never play this again.
Okay. What does that mean?
And now it's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news.
So sit back, get everything you need to get from the kitchen. Be sure and empty the bladders. Go to the bathroom because you're in for a hell of a ride.
Woo, odd news.
That's right, everyone. It's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news. Here in this segment, Rich researches the news, he reads the news, and I react to the news. He finds a weird, wacky story and he keeps it hidden from me, which ensures that all of my reactions are my genuine gut reactions to hearing these stories for the very first time. I don't know what's about to happen. You guys don't know what's about to happen. And even Rich doesn't know what's about to happen because these stories always take us down wacky and wild paths. And I'm ready to get started. Last week, we were in our own backyard. Where are we going this week?
This time we're going to North Carolina.
Okay. We haven't been there in a while, to the Carolinas. Here it's beautiful.
Yeah,
I assume this makes it less so.
Oh, yeah. We're going to deal with a douchebag couple here.
Oh, no. All right.
Yeah.
So what did they do? Where did they have sex?
No, it's not even sex, unfortunately.
Oh, no. All right.
No. This happened at a Walmart, so you already know.
Oh, wow. So the bar is already at like a maximum of like pretty low.
Yeah, this is already low here. An elderly Walmart greeter suffered injuries to his face and head after he was punched by a North Carolina man whose girlfriend was upset that she was asked to show her receipt. How dare you?
If you get mad at having to show a receipt, you absolutely need to show your receipt.
No, I'm gonna fucking kill you, motherfucker, old style.
68-year-old Vincent Battaglia told cops that he was checking receipts at an entrance to the Walmart Supercenter in High Point, North Carolina, when he was confronted by a couple. Battaglia had stopped the girlfriend earlier at the exit and asked for her receipt. The Walmart employee said that he was just doing his job, according to the police report.
Yeah. Look, when you go to some of these big stores, like a Costco or a Walmart, they're going to ask you to see a receipt. It's just...
And I know who it's coming from because I backtraced it.
Yeah, you got to be able to backtrace it.
You got to be able to backtrace it. It is standard operating procedure. Like, she should know this, I assume, shopping at Walmart.
Well, the woman in the couple is 28-year-old Tamisha Robbs.
Okay.
And the boyfriend is 27-year-old Trayvon Waden.
Okay.
When the girlfriend got upset, she turned to Trayvon Waden and told him, "You take care of him right now."
Okay. Jeez.
She's like this, she's trying to be like this, arch villain or something. Like,
Yeah.
You're my henchman. Go take care
She's
of
like
him.
ordering a hit on this senior citizen.
Yeah.
Oh, now you fucked up. You have fucked up now.
Unfortunately, yeah, he just blindly followed the instruction. That's when Trayvon walked over to the elderly victim and struck him right in the head and the eye.
Man.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, all this because you were asked to show your receipt?
Yeah. I can't be bothered with this. How dare you?
Yeah, right? My receipt? I can't possibly go take care of him.
No, I'm gonna fucking kill you, motherfucker, old style.
I guess that's kind of old style. It's like she's like the leader of a gang.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, this is my henchman. Take care of him, please.
No, I'm gonna fucking kill you, motherfucker, old style.
So this is where I want to know more about this crime couple here, because investigators who were at the scene said that after their reports, they found other instances of Robbs and Waden doing this to other victims, with Rob telling the boyfriend to take care of certain people.
Is this guy just an attack dog? Like, what?
Yeah.
Go get him. Sick him, boy. Like,
She
what?
just so apparently she goes around to various stores. I think you might be right. There's probably some sort of thrifting going on here.
Yeah.
Because when she is confronted by this, she then tells the boyfriend,
Go get him.
Yep. You dispatch them, please.
No, I'm gonna fucking kill you, motherfucker, old style.
That's so, one, incredibly demeaning to this poor guy to basically just use him as an attack dog.
Yeah.
Two.
But he's going along with it. He's 27.
That's true. I mean, yeah, he is 20. No, you know what? You're right. Like,
he's not like a young guy or anything. Like, he's not like impressionable.
But it's the beguiling wiles of a lovely lady, maybe.
Well, you're still dumb enough to do it.
Yeah, that's true. If somebody tells you to go punch somebody, don't just listen to them blindly.
Yeah.
Maybe ask why.
Yeah.
You know, what for? What did this man do to deserve me punching him?
And why are your purses so big at these stores?
Yeah.
You always bring out the large purses when we go to the Walmarts.
Yeah.
What's happening in there?
You brought a wheelie suitcase. What are you doing? That's not a purse.
What a capricious bag you have there.
Yeah.
Just a little suspicious.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah. So after some of the info from previous calls, investigators were actually able to find the criminal pair and were able to arrest them with additional charges. So they got charged with misdemeanor assault, failure to appear in court, and then failure to appear in court in connection with separate criminal matters.
Wow, that's a mouthful. We've not heard that one before.
So they have previous records that they've been doing this with.
From beating up old people at various stores.
Yep.
That's so sad. That poor guy.
Also, court records describe the woman Robbs as unemployed. All right. She just made it this far without a job. There you go.
her job is stealing stuff from Walmart
and
sicking her boyfriend on the people.
Organizing her henchmen. Yeah.
That's a full-time job, organizing henchmen.
Yeah.
You got to think about it. Like, if you're a supervillain, you got to manage hiring, payroll, logistics. Like, it's a full-time gig.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I just never heard anything like that before that, like...
Take care of them.
Yeah, it's just you. Yep.
Yeah,
Nope.
she thinks she's like a mob boss or something.
Yeah.
Hey, you going to take care of this guy for me?
Just help me out over here.
No problem, boss. You know? And it's like...
Yeah,
some like wise guy, you know?
Yeah, like something from but like I don't know. It's like so.
It's like trashy wise guy.
Yeah. Like, come on, man.
At least they'd be like roughing up like a business associate, you know?
Yeah.
They're just roughing up a 70-year-old Walmart greeter.
Yeah, poor guy.
Come on, pick on somebody your own age and physicality.
There should be there should be another couple defending the store.
Whoa.
That should be it should be the responding couple.
Like superheroes.
And then there should be a gang war between
the crazy Walmart gang war of 2024.
Yes.
You got the Walmarts and the Targets.
Yeah. That's how that should work.
Are you picturing this as like an actual gang war or more of like a West Side Story?
Yeah,
gang?
I want them to do snapping.
The snapping dance fight.
They're like they actually come together in the parking lot, you know?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, interesting little story there.
Yep.
All right, and I've got one more story for you because
double dose, all right?
And you know what? We got to go to Florida.
Now, who is this guy in Florida?
It's Florida, and they're crazy.
Yeah,
as one does.
You know, it's just the perfect little accoutrement to wrap up the show.
You got to have it.
All right. So this odd news story, I'm just impressed with. I'm not actually angry.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
it's just
I'm curious now.
I might be a little bit angry at the wasted food, but it's pretty impressive what happened here.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about the case of 46-year-old Nolan Goins.
Goins?
Goins. G-O-I-N-S.
Goins.
Goins.
All right.
Yeah.
Or is he Goins?
Or is he Goins?
Where is he going?
I'm going over here.
I'm going over here. I'm going over there.
Yeah, I'm Nolan Goins. I don't know. Anyway, cops say that 46-year-old Nolan Goins was involved in a road rage incident over glaring headlights on Thursday night in St. Petersburg.
But headlights are supposed to glare. That's like their primary function is to like glare into the darkness, you know, light it up.
Yep. Well, I guess he didn't like it that much.
Okay.
I guess he thought they were too bright, or I don't know.
I will say headlights are very bright now.
Well, then you might find sympathy with this guy then.
Maybe I'll team up with him.
Yep. So apparently at some point he pulled over in the opposite direction of the car. This is interesting. I don't know how maybe they got to like a stop just like an intersection with a stop sign.
So I'm assuming that he's annoyed. Hold on. Was this somebody following him or somebody in front of him?
I think somebody behind him. The glaring headlights are behind him.
And they were too bright, distracting in his mirrors.
Right.
Okay. And so
So they get to an intersection.
And he does a 180, comes back.
Right. And he is able to confront the person behind him face to face through the car window.
Oh. All right.
So right there.
This is dramatic.
Yes.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
According to the police report, they started yelling very very loudly.
Okay. But they both stayed in their respective cars.
Yep.
Okay.
But that's when the argument boiled over.
Oh, no.
And Nolan Goins took his leftover pasta with red marinara sauce and chucked it at the defendant, landing it all over his clothes through the car window.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
Take that. Put that over your headlights.
That's pretty good.
That's actually pretty good aim.
Yeah. Was he pulled up alongside him?
I think, yeah.
Like how far apart were they?
I guess what a normal
I feel like
length of road is.
I feel like that's still pretty impressive, though. I feel like if I tried that, I'd probably miss.
I think
somehow.
that's like he's acting in like the emotion of the moment. He's very angry at the dude.
Also, hypothetically, you're like sitting in your car. You're like hopefully strapped in with, buckled up to be safe. You got to get it through your window, like, you're buckled in. You got the steering wheel. You got to navigate all that through your window, through his window.
You got to like frisbee it too.
Yeah, I feel
pasta doesn't airborne very well.
No, I think you're right. A frisbee motion is the best way to throw leftovers through a car window.
Yeah.
You can't, because the positioning, you can't wind up and throw it.
No, it's got to be a frisbee.
Overhand, underhand, out of the question. This is straight on frisbee, or if anything, kind of like a rock skipping, some kind of sidearm.
Yeah.
Action.
Right. Rich Gannon sidearm. Yeah,
Right.
You need something like that.
Yeah. So his leftover pasta. A moment of silence.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
They said, "What kind of pasta?" I'm incredibly invested right now.
No, the police report just says pasta. It's Florida.
Florida. Do they even have pasta in Florida? That's what I want to know.
It's just pasta.
You just go to the pasta restaurant and you get pasta. I'll have one pasta, please. Here you go. One pasta. Delicious.
Yum.
Pasta with pasta sauce. There's only one noodle, of course, and only one sauce.
That's it. That's all you get.
That's it.
In Florida.
This is what's pissing me off. That's what's happening now.
That's all you get.
I'll have my pasta. I'm sad, though, that whatever this pasta was, this mystery dish, that he had to throw
He
it.
said it was red marinara sauce. So
something with a red sauce, okay.
I mean, that also will stain. That red marinara sauce is tough to get
Honestly,
out.
that's the worst part. As somebody being Italian, having a lot of stains because of red sauce, it is not good. It's a hard life.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not going to save this outfit, whatever the defendant was wearing.
No. You can eventually, I mean, maybe that, if he gets it all over, like I'm talking little splotches is what I would have. But he's got a whole leftover portion just.
Yeah, just flung it at this dude.
You have to like pour the entire thing of like stain remover, on that. That might not even get it out.
Yeah, it still might not even get it out.
How many shirts have you ruined with pasta stains?
I have ruined a good amount.
A lot of shirts.
Good amount in my lifetime.
I was just talking with Jordan the other day. I was thinking about getting this like white T-shirt that I saw online, right? And we both came to the conclusion I'm not a white T-shirt person.
No.
That sounds like a disaster, right?
No, that's for California.
Where they also don't have pasta.
Right.
Apparently.
Exactly.
Florida and California, no pasta. I feel like pasta is a Northeast thing. That's where all the Italian immigrants are. Northeast.
Yeah, I watch like some YouTube channels like Watcher and Try Guys. They wear white shirts because they're in LA. They don't have to worry about this stuff.
Guys like us,
we can't wear white T-shirts.
We're not wearing white T-shirts.
No, get out of here.
That T-shirt is immediately another color.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm eating, it is that color.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just the way it be.
Yeah. The best thing you can do is wear a shirt that mimics the food you're going to order.
I've been known to do that.
That's the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
So that way, if it does spill, it's part of the shirt.
It just blends in, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start wearing bibs. I think.
Okay.
It's gotten to that. Like, yeah, I think it's gotten to that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, or also don't get into arguments with people that have food that they're willing to fling at you.
I'd catch it and eat it.
I don't know. It's pretty tough to catch pasta.
That's the other question. I'm assuming this was he coming from a restaurant? Like, was it packaged up, or did he just have a plate of pasta that he was eating?
It doesn't say.
I assume restaurant, but I like to imagine it's just a plate of loose spaghetti.
He just carries this wherever he goes.
It's late. You're coming to and from.
Emotional support pasta.
You just gotta eat on the go. And it says something simple.
Boy, when I think of meals to go, I think of pasta.
Think of spaghetti, yeah. The next time I have a long car ride, I'm bringing spaghetti. You got to twirl it,
Watch out for a bump.
It just goes everywhere. Looks like you murder somebody by the end of the car ride.
Yeah.
It's just like red everywhere. Why can't it be an open plate of spaghetti?
Yeah.
That's my truth.
Well, unfortunately, the cops did not mention whether or not it was a dinner or leftovers from home or where he got it from.
He just had pasta.
Cops were able to conclude the defendant was telling the truth, as he had the shirt with him that had pasta pelting stains on it.
I mean,
I love the alliteration there.
Pasta
pelting stains.
Love it.
Pasta pelting stains.
Perilous pasta pelting stains.
Take that.
Yeah, I mean, the evidence is literally all over him.
Yeah. Goins was charged with battery, a misdemeanor count of battery, and booked into the county jail.
He should be charged with wasting food.
Yeah. He was freed on a $1,000 bond. So, how dare you?
That's sad stuff, wasting
You wasted
food like
money
that.
on your... Yeah, you lost money on the meal, and now you lose...
And you lost your meal.
And now you lose money on the bond.
Yeah. Lost money on the meal, lost your meal, period, and lost money on the bond.
There you go.
That's a bad evening.
Yeah, not good.
No. All this over headlights.
Yeah.
Just pull over, let him go by, and then you follow him with your glaring headlights.
Yeah, then you can be the one who's...
Then
with the
he
bright
throws
headlights.
his pasta at you.
And then you get a meal.
And you get a meal.
Yay!
Also, for some reason, in this version of the story, everybody just has pasta with them as they're driving.
Florida.
It's a magical place.
That sounds logical.
Yeah.
And on that note, we got to start wrapping this one up. That's the last story for the Odd News, and that will be it for us for this week's episode. Thank you guys for watching and supporting our show. If you enjoyed the show and you like what you heard, make sure you go to our website, thecrispynoodle.com. Make sure you follow us on all the social media, Hullabaloo, Facebook, X, Instagram, whatever the hell they're calling it, and all that stuff now. But the most important thing, though, is to make sure you're subscribed to our podcast feed. 2 main ways to do that. First one is on YouTube. Go to our YouTube page, hit our subscribe button, and you'll get the video podcast sent to you every week. The second way to do it is on Spotify. We publish the video podcast up on Spotify. But you can also put Spotify in the background and listen to us as an audio-only podcast. And using Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, you can take us on the go. If you want to throw spaghetti or other foods at other people that you're angry at, take us on the go with you.
Yeah.
Listen to our show.
Do it to the dulcet tones of the Crispy Noodle podcast.
Yes.
Perfect pasta throwing podcast.
Pasta, what was it? Pasta, what was it? Pelting. Pasta
Perfect
pelting.
pasta pelting podcast.
There you go. P4. Take that.
Anyway, if you want to share your sports, entertainment, or odd news stories, you can find us on X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm at Mikey Costanzo, MikeyCostanzo.
And I'm at Schliebig, RichLiebig. Find us on Twitter, X, Instagram. Find us on all that stuff. And let us know what you're up to. Let us know if you like our show. Let us know if you want us to talk about something on a future episode. If you do, we'll give you a sausage shout out. Make sure any odd news comes to me so Mikey doesn't see it. But it's worth it for the sausage shout out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let us know what kind of pasta you like.
And yeah, and you can throw sausage out the window too. Why not? There you go.
Sure. You can do whatever. You can do whatever you want with your sausage.
This is America.
This is America. What you do with your sausage is between you and your sausage.
There you go. And we'll leave it at that because we got to wrap it up. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys
later. Bye-bye, all you fine peoples. Good night.
Some of us have great stories, pretty stories that take place at lakes with boats and friends and noodle salad. A lot of people, that's their story. Good times, noodle salad.